Recording another video. Recording another video. What's going on, guys? TKD wants a video, and yes, I'm wearing a jacket. It's cold as hell in my room. But beside the point, we're back here with another album review, and today I'm going to be reviewing a album that I criminally slept on, and I'll talk about that later in the review. But we are reviewing Travis Scott's "Birds" and the Trap Sing McKnight. Now, as I said first, I don't know why. I don't know what came up in my life. I don't know, exactly, what caused me to do this, but I slept on this album. And yes, I knew it came out, right? I liked Rodeo from Scott. I definitely liked it, right? And, I was vibing it, right? I'm definitely feeling it. So I was a Travis Scott fan, but for some reason, I don't know what it was, guys. I just decided to sleep on this album. I decided to put it off and put it off, put it off. And days became weeks, weeks became months, and here we are, November 2016, and I'm finally getting around to listen to the album. And I am ashamed of myself. I'm ashamed of myself. I definitely let myself down personally by waiting this long for this album, and there are so many people that came to me and was like, hey, listen, Kev, listen to Birds in the Trap, listen to it right now, Travis Scott, go, go Kevin, go, this is your alleyway, go. And I didn't even do it. I don't know why I waited this long, but I got album music, I just cut the crap and I listened to it, and wow. Now, last night I was doing one last complete track 1, the track 14 playthrough of the entire album, and there was really one underlying thing that came to mind, is that this album is kind of like Inception, you know what I'm saying? With Inception, you watch the movie, right? It's very, very complex, and you need to watch it repeated times, you know what I'm saying? Because every time you get something new, there's something with the characters, something with the actual events of the movie that connects up to stuff that happens later in the movie, and you start to understand it more as you re-watch the movie, multiple times, right? And with this album, that's kind of the tone I was feeling with. It was that every time I went back to this album, every time I went back to, a track, or went back to a section in the album that I liked, I found something different that I liked about it. I found something new, actually, about it. I found, little things that were just nice details that were just scattered throughout the album that really are for the people that are going to be going into this multiple times, and not just opposed to one playthrough and that's it, and calling it quits. But that's just mainly what I found that was mainly unique about this album, was that there are so many little things that you're gonna pick up in this album as you play through it that you won't find in the first playthrough of the album, and that will make you want to go back to the album. And not only that, it's that it's a good album. It's a very, very good album. It's very, very good. It's a nice size, not anything long, not anything crazy, but it is a very, very good album. This is honestly one of the best albums in 2016, period. And I've constantly been going back to it throughout the week, and I've been constantly, wanting to go back to it and yearning to it. I'll be like at work running food, wanting to listen to, the album, or wanting to listen to a track, or listen to a part in a track that I had stuck in my mind. And it's that, this album really has a magnetic feel to it in two ways. One, you want to go back to it, for the little minute details, and two, it's just that good. And a lot of the songs are really good together, right? Like, especially in the beginning half of the album, there are a lot of songs that connect together that sound good together, right? And so this kind of hard to explain, through, a video without me kind of, going through the track and like having it laid out for you guys. But, there's just a way that he mixed, kind of the couples of songs. So I definitely like how, the album is kind of broken up into kind of two songs away. There's a lot of instances where you'll find, the track in the sequence, and then the next track just flows very well together, or they just couple each other very, very well, and you'll see that a lot in this album. Now, one big thing that caught me by surprise, and caught a lot of people out surprised, I guess I assume after I first listened to it, back when it first came out, was the features. The features are hidden in this album. They're hidden, they're not listed in the album, with the artist. It looks like, from the outside perspective, that there is no features on this album besides Young Thug. He is on there, and he is, has his name on there, but everyone else is hidden, and the people that are hidden are very, very good people. We got Justin Bieber, we got Kendrick Lamar, we got Bryson Tiller, we got The Weeknd, we got 21 Savage. Like, all of these features are so big names that I don't even, and maybe what I think honestly is what he tried to do was that he tried to hide these. That way, when people go to the album and listen to it, they get surprised, by his features, right? Because, if you go in expecting 21 Savage or expecting The Weeknd, you're already gonna expect it, right? But it's gonna catch you off guard if you don't know it's coming. And it was a pleasant surprise to have these features on it. And honestly, these features definitely stood up to the album. They definitely did not slack on the album. They definitely brought their all to the album, and they definitely did not shrink out on the album. They are very, very good features. They're very, very good. There are a lot of them that, you know, honestly rival Travis Scott's part. There's a lot of them do that, you know. In my opinion, probably the best feature is The Weeknd, personally, at the end of the album. I'm a big Weeknd fan, and just his Weeknd, it was so good. For the last track of the album, you know, like the last track of the actual album, it was great to hear a feature that was definitely knocked out the ballpark. You know, Weeknd always knocks out the ballpark, of course, and it was great to hear him at the end of the album. Now, I will say that this album is consistently good, except at the end, I feel. There are 2 tracks prior to the last track where I feel like they kind of dip. I can't get names right now. I forgot what the names are. But just, you know, off of my tone and the way I remember the album, the last 2 tracks before the last track is kind of weak in my opinion, you know, and I forgot what those names are, you know, I apologize, but the last 2, they kind of liked in my opinion, but overall I feel like the album is consistently good. It's consistently good. And, you know, what changed from the album is not really, you know, the level of the song production, it's really the tone of the songs, right? So I'd say that this album goes in very much in like a bell curve type of fashion, where in the beginning it's kind of somber, it's kind of mundane, it's kind of, you know, makes you want to feel some things, right? And then in the middle, it's definitely hype, it's definitely, you know, what you want to play with your boys and in the car, trapping and all the good stuff. And at the end, it's more of like a bittersweet feeling at the end. You know, that's what I feel like. It's more of like a bittersweet kind of send off, especially with the Weeknd's part. I don't know. That's just kind of the vibe I felt from it. That's kind of the tone I got from the album, where it goes from kind of somber to hype, you know, dope, and then to bittersweet at the end of the album. And just the production quality of this whole entire album is so good, so good. We got good instrumentals, we got good, you know, just Travis Scott killed it, and it is just really, really an amazing album. This is a special album in my opinion. This is very, very special. This is definitely one of, you know, the greatest album that's, you know, been out here in a few years. And honestly, look, I've liked Travis Scott for a while now. I definitely am a big fan of Travis Scott, but I did not know he had this level of, you know, ability. I did not know he had this level of ability, you know, to actually make an album like this, man. This album is something special. This album is great. Travis Scott, congratulations. This album is so successful for you, and this is just an absolutely great album. I'm speechless, guys. I don't know what to tell you guys. Definitely, if you're sleeping, do not make the mistake I did. Go to it right now and go listen to it. Like, this is not me playing around. I'm not playing with you guys. I don't lie to you people. I love you all. I'm being for real. Download, buy, especially buy, stream, whatever you gotta do. Get this album, 100%. And on that note, that's been my review of Trap Sing McKnight by Travis Scott. If you guys enjoyed, make sure you like, subscribe, share all the good stuff down below. Thanks for watching, and as always, I got you.